Welcome to Alternative Soundcheck. My name is Casey McCabe, and today we are making our way to North Carolina. Excited to be catching up with the very creative and talented Chase, Joe, and Ryan of the band Coin. What's going on?
How's it going?
What's up?
Thanks for having us.
I'm good. So are we doing some shows in North Carolina? That's not home base, right?
No, we're based in Nashville. Kind of been there on and off for the last 10 years or so, but this was close to home, and we were asked to come play music, so we're here. We busted in last night.
That's not a bad move. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been staying busy, I feel like, for the past couple years, but I mean, you came off your fall tour, 26 shows starting in October. What was that experience like, being back on the road, being with fans, and kind of just get out there and being in front of everybody?
It was strange, honestly, if I'm being honest, but it ended up really great. And you have to kind of figure out where you stand and who you are. And the old tricks don't work the same for you. It's like, that's a long time to exist without doing a thing that you were so familiar with. And then to just pick it up and expect it to be the same and have the same relationship with it. So it was great though. It just took some time to figure out how to limbo again.
Yeah. Being back out on tour, I mean, do you guys have a cool story, a cool moment, maybe with fans? Maybe it's just being on a tour bus. Maybe it's being in a certain city. Was there a certain moment that kind of stuck out on this tour?
Definitely.
There were quite a
Multiple
few
of them, yeah. Mainly like cities that we'd been to time and time again. Like Salt Lake City was a pretty seminal moment for us because we'd opened for so many bands at this specific venue and finally sold it out. It was one of the biggest shows of the 26 on the tour. And I think we all just had like a pinching ourselves type moment because it already felt surreal to be back touring. And then the show that we had there was sort of otherworldly. So I walked away from that one feeling like it was a spiritual experience.
It was, yeah. There was something really palpable that night. That was really special. I think we can all speak for everybody in saying that. But something about like we released like 26 songs over the time we weren't touring. Over the 2 years, we stayed very busy and just I don't know if it's just a coping mechanism probably. But we released so much music, and then to not tour that music, and then just kind of show up in a city after 2 years of letting this music kind of metabolize, like people watch it spread. It was the most like Guitar Hero moment I've ever experienced. It was the most like, how did these people know this music? Like, because usually you work so hard and slowly people know it. It was strange and wonderful, and it was energizing for sure. I never want to take that for granted.
Was that planned to release so much music? Or was that kind of in a way pivoted because of the pandemic to release all that music at once and really not get out on the road yet?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I say it's a coping mechanism. I think that the only thing that we could do was make songs. The only thing that part of our life we could control was just making songs. We couldn't make videos because we couldn't gather people on set. The only thing we could do is just like the three of us be safe and make music in a room. And that's all we did.
Yeah.
At what point did we start the journey with Chapstick? Tell us about when you started writing it and what was kind of going on at the time.
Yeah. It was a weird time where like we made so much music. And I think I was burned out, but I was just going to continue because I had nothing else to do. And my friend introduced me to this producer and writer. And I went over to his house, and honestly, I was just tired and kind of going through, I don't want to call it an identity crisis, but just a crossroads, trying to figure out where I wanted to be, where I wanted to exist. And I made this playlist. This is very funny. It's an important part of the story. I made a playlist of songs, like famous songs that I wouldn't have been ashamed to have written. Which is a crazy sentence, but they all had a common thread, and they were all one-hit wonders. And
what were some of the songs?
I don't want to talk about it, but they weren't one-hit wonders, but they were just songs that maybe they were like the biggest songs of their artist career by far, and like nothing stacked up against them. So and it made me realize that I didn't know what I was aiming at basically, and these songs, what they have in common is that they were beautiful accidents, and they weren't engineered, and so I set out to kind of create a beautiful accident. And I'm not saying that's what Chapstick is. I just submitted myself to just free of all expectations, and retired my hope, and just kind of hung out with this very well accomplished producer, and just kind of let him just throw me around, and I let him play all kinds of instruments. and then I messed with the computer, and we swapped roles, and we went back and forth, and he was showing me these Rolling Stones records I'd never heard, and I was showing him these like beautiful alt records that he had never heard, and we're just feeding off each other's energy. And then after 3 days with each other, which is a rare amount of time to spend with each other, we spend with like a collaborator. We both left the place and didn't talk to each other for 3 months. We're like, that was weird. Like, I'm not sure if that was good at all. And then literally probably took me 3 months, and I finally sent the demo in 2021 to our manager, and he called me. He never calls me. And he called me at 1 a.m. and he's with family and stuff. I mean, he called me and he was just like, "What is this? What is this?" I was like, "I don't know. I just checked. I just put Start Me Up versus Feel Good Inc. and that's what came out." And he said, like, "You have to finish this." And so I thought it was absolutely nothing, but it opened my eyes to this idea that if I just rid myself of expectations and try to just create more happy accidents, then, who knows what will happen. And so we set out to make this album, and we did it with this producer named Julian Bonetta, and he's been like, a guiding light for this process.
When you're making those happy accidents, are you guys also putting your input in as well and helping out, or do you kind of critique each other when you're writing the music and everything?
I'll let them speak to this too, but what we found in this process, which was so valuable, is I want to say how it is, like it's hunting and gathering. I think I'm a collector, and I just collect a bunch of stuff, like what a stylist would do for like a photo shoot. You just collect a bunch of stuff, and you kind of let the person distill it, and they are so valuable as the objective source. But then also they like distill it and tell me what's actually good, because they have the best picture of who we actually are. Right. And sometimes I can get a little bit lost in who I think we are. But then that's 5 times out of 10, maybe 3 times out of 10. But then 7 times out of 10, they come with an idea that's even stronger, and or just disrupt the whole thing. So we've got a really powerful thing going right now.
With all the new music you have been writing and releasing with Chapstick, also about Cutie, which I want to talk about that as well. Is this a part of a whole body of work that you guys are putting out?
Yes, it is.
New album. What can we expect from your next album? And I mean, I just love the music. It has this sort of funky, almost like 70s disco, dance vibe to it. Are we kind of, I guess, going in that direction with the whole album?
I don't know how to say this exactly, but we just call it AI pop music. It's as if we put all of the things we love in all of the genres for the past like 30 years, or maybe longer than that, 50 years, and just put them in a blender and just see what comes out.
How many songs are done on this record?
The album's finished.
The album's totally finished?
Yeah. Totally finished. Turned in. Will be out soon.
Yeah.
Album artwork, the whole 9 yards.
You can expect.
What is that? How does it feel when you actually just, turn it in, it's done? I mean, and there's no going back, because there is no going back once you're like, all right, this is it.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
I mean, I think that they have they really helped me a lot in being very objective, and I think I get so close to the thing that I said this quote when we finished the thing, that you get so caught up in the nuance of EQ and the color of it all, and that you forget the emotion you're trying to convey in the first place. And the emotion is there, and that's the most important part. But yeah, it's crazy, because sometimes along the way, the process is you get so much validation by showing people music and sharing it with your friends and your family. But you have this crutch to lean on the whole time, which is, oh yeah, but we're gonna replace that lyric. Oh yeah, but that guitar is gonna get replayed. But by the end of it, you're like, this is it. I can't say there's no buts at all.
Right.
And, it's scary, but that's the most freeing part, is because now we can move on and make more.
Yeah.
Exactly. And going back to the AI experience with the mannequin in the Chapstick video, who kept the mannequin? Where is she? Where is he? Where is it?
They are gone.
Yeah.
Post-gender,
probably at a prop house in LA.
They're not going to go on tour.
We will have something way more special on tour.
We've got big plans.
Let's talk about also your new single, Cutie, kind of the story behind this and when you started writing this one.
Yeah, it was around the same time and kind of the same kind of process. And these two kind of writers met literally on Zoom, and I had this idea for a song that we ended up putting on the album called Brad Pitt. And I brought this idea, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool," and it was the exact same key and the same chords. And they're like, "What do you think?" But like, check this. What do you made it at this tempo? And spoiler alert, both songs made on the album, and they're the same chords in the same key, but very different tempos. And he just said, "We'll make it this key." And then he just started playing this guitar. Mike Elizondo is an amazing guitarist and bassist and producer, and starts playing this groove to around the same tempo as Chapstick. And because I kind of just played that for him. That was the first time we'd finished for the album. And they were like, I get it. I know like how to just make a bed really fast. And I don't even know what happened. I literally blacked out. And then like 2 hours later, I had a song. And then the next day we happened to all be booked a studio together in Nashville. And I showed them this version of this song that I just kind of stumbled on yesterday. And I think I was really nervous to show it to them. And they were like so supportive immediately. We just started diving down the hole, and we figured out it's actually the exact same studio and same process where we recorded the demo for Talk Too Much too.
Wow. It's all coming together.
It felt like
a full circle moment.
Universal symbolism.
Yeah.
Well, you guys looking forward to obviously playing the new music when you head out on tour. You're opening up or touring with 5 Seconds of Summer. Have you been with the guys before?
Not on tour, no.
No, I've hung out with a few of them, and they're super sweet. So it should be a lot of fun.
What are you looking forward to? I mean, just yourselves. I mean, do you have like you get in the zone when you kind of head out on tour and see these different cities? I mean, now you're going overseas this time around.
Totally. We're thinking about Indian food in the UK, and it also feels surreal after the pandemic, I think, to go anywhere outside of our hometown.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to just get on a plane and go play music.
And you obviously approach it differently. I mean, times have changed when you guys are on tour. I mean, is just the protocol for going to shows, is it totally different?
Yeah,
it is. And we just, we're doing our thing on our side, production side, to just keep ourselves and our crew safe and the house staff safe and all that stuff. But seems like it's moving in the right direction, hopefully.
We're looking forward to seeing you guys on the road, looking forward to a new album. And, in Nashville, is that home base? That's where you guys grew up and everything.
Yeah.
Real quick, for those who haven't been to Nashville, is there a venue that we should check out when we do visit?
Oh,
a venue.
Yeah. Like if we were to go see
recently, go ahead, Joe.
The new Brooklyn Bowl, actually.
The new Brooklyn Bowl is like a venue I feel like Nashville has needed for a long time. I think it's like a 1,200 cap room. It's just a box with a balcony, and it feels amazing. I went and saw our friends play there recently. And then for smaller shows, if they do concerts, which they kind of use the space creatively, but at Third Man Records, the Blue Room, our friend just had a photo show there, but I've also seen shows there, music shows there, and it's an amazing venue. Really cool. So I would say those currently are two of my favorite spots. And then if you're into the country music thing, you got to go to like Robert's Western World and like places like that, just to get a little bit of that historical experience.
Oh no, but you're missing it though. We just headlined, the most iconic venue in Nashville, and there's just the Ryman. So I think if you love music history, it's nice to visit there, and especially if there's a band that you love, it's always a special experience.
Yeah, they do like tours there. So if you're into that, if you want to like pay like an admission,
but also do like concerts. Yeah, that's true. So
totally.
we're like,
if the right like singer-songwriter type figure is playing a show at the Ryman, I think that's like the best place to see them.
Yeah, Coin Show is interesting.
I don't know why I omitted it. I might have omitted it because there's pews. So for a coin show, it was a little strange, but we're grateful for the opportunity.
It was great, though.
Yeah,
we're a little too loud for that venue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned some of these smaller venues real quick. I also just wanted to talk about, you're also playing like Bonnaroo and Governor's Ball and, these massive festivals. When you play the festivals, are you a fan as well? Do you get to take that time to be like, I'm going to go check out all these new artists or all these bands?
To be totally honest with you, I don't know. I haven't been to a festival in so long. Like it's been like 3 years, so I could be a fan of music again. I'm not sure. At the time when we played festivals before, I think I was pretty physically tired and and also music tired. But I think I'm ready to love it again. I'm excited. I'm gonna be a fan.
I think it's variable depending on where we're going. Like the last time I can recall seeing other bands play was at a festival in Japan, and some of the guys went and saw Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then I saw this metal band that I grew up going to shows, which is Bring Me the Horizon from the UK. It was a very strange sort of genre blender of a festival, but we all got to like see a couple shows. That was the last time I remember being like, whoa, I'm like in Japan at a festival. Yeah. And I felt like we weren't even playing. I was like, I bought a ticket for this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I saw Foles and had the same experience.
Yeah.
Well, you guys get to do it again. I mean, you have at least two big festivals. I mean, a bunch of festivals, but really two massive ones, Governor's Ball and Bonnaroo. That's going to be super exciting on your end, I'm sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're excited.
Well, before we go, what else are you looking forward to in 2022? What are some highlights after the tour and new music drops? I mean, what are you really looking forward to?
I think we have a really special set of summer dates. Well, should I say that? Whatever. Summer dates we're going to announce soon, and whatever. And really excited about that. A lot of bucket list stuff that we're getting into. And honestly, I just can't. We got to release this album first, then we can talk.
Yeah.
So we got to talk again.
we're pushing the limits this year.
New music again. We love it. We love releasing music. So
do we have a date for the album? Is that even? We do, but we can't.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. I'll take that.
Sooner than you think.
Yeah.
Probably sooner than anyone thinks, which is typically our style. So.
Well, we're looking forward to it. I want to thank you again for taking the time and talking with Alternative Soundcheck. Coin, thank you so much. And we'll have to check in again when you guys are back on the road. The album's out.
Yes.